Tale Tarot. My name is Ariel, and tonight we are going to celebrate Jupiter's, I guess what would you call it? It's a little taste of Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter has been moving along in the sign of Aquarius since the last December. And so today it went into the sign of Pisces. What's going to happen here is it's going to be there for a couple months. Just give us a little taste of Jupiter in the sign of Pisces, of the fish, of the magical fish. And then once it goes retrograde later this summer, it will go back into the sign of Aquarius and will stay there until the end of the year. So this is just giving us a little glimpse, a little taste of what's to come, because it will move into the sign of Pisces, you know, later this year. I think actually the end of the year, beginning of next. And then it's going to stay, you know, mostly in Pisces for next year. But we're getting a little bit of a taste of that. And Jupiter is a great planet. It's the benefic, you know, it's what they call the benefic. It's the, you know, most positive, good luck, good expansion, good karma, good fortune kind of planet. It's expansive. Oh, hey there, Krista. Hey, Markers. Hey, Murray. Thanks for being in the chat. I'm just got my, I've put my hair down. This is just a kick back and relax kind of evening, in celebration of Jupiter in the sign of Pisces. You know, Jupiter is considered always, you know, the most positive of the planets, the most good luck, the most good fortune, the most jolly, the most upbeat, the most optimistic, you know. And I would say that for a lot of folks, you know, so Jupiter takes about 1 year in each sign. Hey, Yugi, good to see you. Jupiter goes through each sign for about 1 year. So that's, you know, but we always get a little taste of the next sign to come in the middle of that year. Hey, Eric, good to see you. So this is really, you know, kind of giving us a little bit of a taste, a little appetizer into what to expect with Jupiter and Pisces. But the thing I will tell you, you know, Jupiter takes about a year in each sign. And so that's why it takes 12 years for Jupiter to move its way all the way through all 12 of the signs. That's why every 12 years we all have what's called a Jupiter return. That means that it took 12 years for Jupiter to go back to the same place that it was in when we were born, when or where it was in our chart, right? So me particularly, I was born with Jupiter at 21 degrees of Taurus. So when Jupiter gets to that 21 degree of Taurus mark, that's when I have my Jupiter return. So if anyone out there was born with Jupiter in Pisces, and I do know people that were, of course, and so that will mean that your Jupiter return is very close at hand. It will be properly happening next year. So that's what we're expecting. So what I will tell you about Jupiter, because it is the great benefic, because it is the great benefactor, it is the most positive and optimistic planet of the zodiac, of the planets. Yeah, I often don't put my hair down because I like to keep it up out of my face. But tonight I'm just like, you know what, the heck with it. I'm putting my hair down. Wearing my bathrobe. I'm just chilling. This is a Jupiter evening, so it's just like, let it all hang out. So what I will say about this is that wherever Jupiter is, whatever sign Jupiter is in, is a good thing, right? Even though all of our planets have what's considered their dignity, their exaltation, their detriment, or their fall, right? There are places where you would say it maybe doesn't operate quite as well in that sign, but I will say that Jupiter is where your best luck often happens, right? You know, the other part of your chart that I would assign that to would be your part of fortune. Your part of fortune is a mathematical combination of the sun, moon, and the rising in your chart. And so that actually shows you kind of the way you make your luck, kind of the way you make your way in the world. I was born with the part of fortune in Aquarius sitting right on my rising. So when I'm truly authentically myself and when I'm doing things that I love like this, like that's where I excel. That's where my fortune comes in. Like if I try to fit into a box and try to be like everyone else, it never works. So I figured that out real early in life. Very interesting. But I would also say that Jupiter is a big point of luck. It's the way you make it. The sign that it's in is the way you make your luck. And the house it is in is where you make it, right? So for me, personally, this will give you a little, example. I was born with Jupiter in Taurus. And it's right on my house line, on that home line of the fourth house in my chart, okay? So the way that that kind of works for me is that I'm really good. I'm really good at making money from home, for one thing. That's a very big thing because Taurus is a sign of resources and material possessions. And being in that home house, yeah, I'm good at making money from home. It's strange, but I've always done better doing that than going out and getting a job working for the man, okay? So that's a big interest there. And then the other thing that I would say with Jupiter being in my fourth house, that's a house of home and family. I had great parents, right? That's something that I would say. I had parents that were very loving, very supportive, very nurturing. I got lucky in my home. I got very lucky in my home life. And that, but it's different for everybody. So that's something that, if you're looking at your personal chart, if you kind of want to know like where your luck point is, how your luck comes in, look at your Jupiter placement. Look at where that is because it's going to give you a lot of keys and a lot of factors. The other thing that I would say about Jupiter energy is that sometimes people will say, well, I've got my Jupiter return going on, but I'm not feeling particularly lucky. A lot of challenges are coming up. What I would say about that, what I will say about that, when you feel like you're being challenged during a Jupiter return, it means that there were some walls that needed to come down. Because I'll tell you what Jupiter is about, expansion. Jupiter is a big planet of expansion. And what does expansion do? It expands, it pushes things out, right? So if we have a lot of strict constructs around us, or we have some walls that need to get pushed down, when Jupiter comes back around, it makes us feel like we're having growing pains, right? And so therefore, some people can take that lucky expansive energy of Jupiter and they think, oh, this is so difficult, but it's really not. What it is it's growing you. Sort of like that Tower card, the old crap has to fall down so that you can expand into your new awesome life. And that's, that's part of what that is. So I'd say the more true to yourself that you are, the better you will be, the better that Jupiter experience will be. And be very open, be very open. Hey, Denise. Hey, my little Taurus folks. Jupiter, funny enough, is actually visible now. Again, Jupiter was super visible last winter solstice. If you remember the big Jupiter-Saturn conjunction that everyone was freaking out about in the news and everywhere else, that was the big conjunction because they were both in Aquarius and they were right next to each other. So that was very exciting. But now Jupiter is becoming visible again. It's very early in the morning or very late in the evening, depending on how you see it. For me, it's very late in the evening. If you go out after like 3 in the morning, you will start to see Jupiter and Saturn on the horizon again. They are back up. I saw them last night. Jupiter is super, super bright and shiny. Love Jupiter. Woo! He's so bright in the sky. I'm very excited about that. Now, the sign that Jupiter traditionally rules, what a surprise, is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is naturally ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is what gives Sagittarians such an expansive kind of worldview. It makes them restless. It makes them like to travel and move around. It's also what gives them their bizarrely good luck. It is. Sagittarians have this thing that no matter, it's like they have a bounce back effect. They have a bounce back effect no matter how much they get beat down. They can be down to their last dang dollar, their last penny, and everything will just sort of work out somehow. They have a natural good luck. And so that is the planet that naturally rules Sagittarius. So that's where it would be in its dignity, right? The planet that is, the sign that's ruled by when the planet is in that sign, it's considered its dignity. So if you're, born with like Jupiter in Sagittarius, that's considered the dignity of of Jupiter. So let's look at this. Jupiter. Oh yeah. Looking at the Jupiters. All right. Jupiter in the signs. So, you know, wherever Jupiter goes is a good place for it to be. It's a good place for it to be. It's been in Aquarius for most of this year. And so it's moving on into the very dreamy sign of Pisces. So here's our Jupiter. I got my Jupiter card out of my Black Moon astrology cards. There it is, Jupiter. Keyword on this one is abundance. There he is, the big red planet. Big old guy. And there is our Pisces card. The motto is I believe, right? Pisces is I believe. It's the ultimate spiritualist. So Jupiter in Pisces, I'm going to just read you the entry from The Only Way to Learn Astrology, Volume 1, one of my favorite old books. So the energy of Jupiter in Pisces, keyword imaginative, okay? You are kind, quiet, friendly, and unassuming. You're naturally drawn to others and spend time trying to help them. Because of your sympathetic nature and the quiet assurance of your manner, you are popular. You champion the underdog, and at times you can be too compassionate. You would make a good doctor, nurse, or veterinarian. You're not ambitious in the worldly sense and need periodic seclusion. With afflictions, the placement can cause self-sacrifice, shirking of responsibility, and being overly emotional, and it can produce social parasites. So, interestingly enough, we have a few famous people that they note here that were born with Jupiter and Pisces. So we have the artist Leonardo da Vinci, President Abraham Lincoln, pediatrician Benjamin Spock, one of my birthday twins, Edgar Allan Poe, right? They all had Jupiter and Pisces, and you can kind of see that in all of their personalities in different ways. That's very interesting. So it is. It's you know, I would say that anytime Jupiter is in any sign, it's going to be good. There's going to be good things that come through with it. So, you know, having it be in the sign of Pisces, I think it brings about a time of greater compassion, greater gentleness, love of music, the arts, poetry, you know, anything that's very creative and really allows the imagination to flourish, because Pisces is a sign of the imagination. If there are any cons to it, what I would say is that it could produce, you know, like it said, I like that keyword that says social parasites. It can create those fake gurus, fake spiritualists. You know, it makes me think of like the people back in the, you know, turn of the century that were setting up like, you know, the fake seances and shaking the tables and doing, you know, putting on a show to make people think they were having a spiritual experience. It can lead to that kind of thing. It could lead to people, you know, believing in something spiritual that doesn't have a lot of grounding and maybe getting taken advantage of. So you have to work on that. That's a thing. You know, it could bring this big resurgence of spirituality, religion, because Pisces is a super spiritual sign. Pisces is also a sign of escapism. It is the most connected with addictions. Yeah, Pisces has the worst time with addiction, whether it's, you know, substance abuse, relationship addiction, all of that kind of thing. So, you know, that kind of thing will need to be kept in check for sure. But overall, the blessings outweigh the negatives because, you know, it is Jupiter. It is Jupiter. And I think it's going to expand our spiritual life greatly. So for anybody, you know, if you're old enough, I think most of us are old enough to remember 12 years ago. That would have been 2009. So think about the things that were happening in your personal life in 2009, because that was the last time that Jupiter was in Pisces. Very interesting, right? It's very interesting to think about. And I actually can say that my spiritual life, relationship life, all that kind of thing was very, very strong. Very strong. And I feel it getting very strong again as we go back into this period of time. So very excited about it. I think it's going to be a good thing. And so tonight I'm just going to do some positivity readings. I'm going to be, you know, pulling a little tarot, pulling some blessing cards from the Blessed Bee deck. And we're just going to read them with the most positive interpretation. You know, that's what a positivity reading is. Even if it's a challenging card that gets pulled, we're going to read it from the most positive interpretation of that card. So that's what we're going to do tonight. and I hope everyone's great. I've just been really feeling the need to get on here lately. I've just, more than usual. Good to see you, David. Good to see you out there. So, David, what's your birth info? I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you in front of everyone here because you're really into the stuff. You're into the chat. And I want to just give you your basic planet placements. I won't be able to get your rising without a birth time and stuff, but I can at least give you your moon sign and your Venus sign. Your birthday is 1794. Okay. What a great year for music. Oh my God, the early 90s were just fabulous for music. So you're definitely a Capricorn, we know that. So let's check what your moon sign would be. I've got my little ephemeris here. Oh, David, you got the Pisces moon. Oh, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. What did I just say about Pisces struggling with addictions, depression, melancholy? I'm going to tell you right now, David, you need a creative outlet. You need a creative outlet so much. I've got Pisces, Venus and Pisces. You need a creative outlet, big time, big time. I've never had an issue with addictions that way, with substance addictions. And I think a lot of it is because I grew up, knowing that both of my parents had come from families that did. And so my parents never drank, they never smoked, they never did drugs, they never did anything like that. And they were very, I really had that sense that like, oh, this is going to take me down a bad path if you start it, right? But yeah, that makes you very sensitive too. A Pisces moon makes you so sensitive. Venus, your Venus sign, is also in Capricorn, David. So let me tell you, Venus in Capricorn, this is why you often say, you're like, I haven't had many relationships or any relationships. You're very picky. People with Venus in Capricorn, they tend to fall in love once for life. That's really the way they kind of are. Or they're fine being single. They're kind of like, I don't want to deal with it at all. So it's interesting. Yeah, but you're very loyal. So it's like you have to choose the right person because, if you choose the wrong person, or you trust the wrong person, it has a lot of potential to really hurt. It does. And you get your feelings hurt easily. I'll tell you that too. You have Mercury in Aquarius. That's a great Mercury placement, David. I'm just going to tell you, it's one of the best. It's one of the best. You're very smart. And you have Mars in Capricorn. You got a lot of Capricorn. Sun, Venus, and Mars. Woo! I like it. You've got some really good stuff. So when you're watching readings, David, I want you just to know, you should watch the Pisces readings for your moon. And the Capricorn readings are going to be big for you too, because your Sun, Venus, and Mars in Capricorn. Mars in Capricorn is to me one of the very best places for Mars. That's where my Mars is, and I'm gonna put my hand on the Bible for that one. That's a great place for it. Yeah, your Saturn's at Aquarius. That's why you're having your Saturn return. And your Jupiter was in Scorpio. That's intense. You're a Pisces moon. I don't know your rising. I would have to do your full chart with your time to get your rising sign. Yeah. But your moon is in Pisces, and your Sun, Venus, and Mars are all in Capricorn. Wow. Okay. And I'm gonna give you your Chinese sign too, because you're in here a lot, and I want you to be able to participate as much as everyone else. That's why I'm singling you out. I'm putting you in the hot seat, David. All right, so you are, let's see. Yeah, you're born in the year of the rooster. You're a chicken, David. You chicken. You a rooster. So yeah, because the year of the rooster lasted from January 23rd of 1993 until February 9th of 1994. And for our Capricorns and our Aquarians, for knowing your Chinese lunar year, You need to know the actual dates. You need to actually like look up, the specific dates because they're different every year for us, for Capricorn or Aquarians. Oh, we got lots of roosters here. Let me tell you about roosters, man. That's Virgo energy. It's Virgo energy. So yet again, David, you are very sensitive. Um, but roosters are real smart people. Like they're real good. They're real smart. Um, yeah, when you come from a clear-minded place, metal rooster. Are you a robot? Are you robot chicken, Justin? Robot chicken. Denise, are you a fire dragon too? Because that's me. I'm a fire dragon. Oh my gosh. But a pig in Chinese years. So that's Scorpio energy is the pig. That's a nice combination, Virgo and Scorpio energy. I like that. Um, yeah, you're a water rooster, water element rooster. So I mean, yeah, you're a sensitive soul. You're a lot of earth and a lot of water. That's Beyonce's year. She's a metal chicken. She's a metal rooster. And she's a Virgo. So, oh my gosh. Me and my friend Atrina were cracking up about that one night. We're like, she's robot chicken. That's cool. We got a lot of like Scorpio, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces. We got a lot of feminine signs in here. We've got a lot of feminine energies in here. Yeah. So David, I just wanted to give you that basic info. You can write those down. That's going to give you some goodies. I will tell you that this year of the ox that we're currently in is a good one for the chickens. It's a good one for the rooster years because rooster year is like Virgo energy and the year of the ox year is like Capricorn energy. Yeah, you should, David. Beyonce is like the ultimate Virgo. I just swear she's like the ultimate Virgo. Like she has this organized team. She eats all healthy food. It just kind of cracks me up a little bit. She's such a like professional Virgo. I just don't even know how like anyone could be more Virgo. It's like every performance has to be perfect down to the art. It's just like, oh my gosh, forget it. We can't get there. We can't get there. But yeah, hopefully that will help a little bit, David. It does make a lot of sense that you have a Pisces moon. It's one of the most sensitive, it's the sensitive moon sign. Oh my goodness, it is. And it makes a lot of sense. I totally understand like where some of your struggles and things have come from now. I totally get it. It's like, yeah, it can be tough. It's, I think, very important for you to have a creative outlet. And I don't know what that will be for you, but whether it's music, art, writing, painting, cooking, whatever it is, you gotta. Denise, yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely, Denise. Anybody that has a channel, because Justin has a tarot channel. Justin, our Dragon Emperor, has a tarot channel. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, Denise. Anybody that has a channel that's part of the Dragon fam here, yeah, please share it. Always share that. Yeah, we want to know. We want to support each other here. That's what we're here for. Absolutely. You're very welcome, David. Because I know cash can be tight, and I just want to, you know, at some point, let me know. We'll work on price, and I can give you a proper reading. But um, you found a 4-leaf clover, David. That's good. What's that old song? I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover that I overlooked before. So it's an old song. It's like from the 40s. I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover. Yeah. All right. So I've got a little perfume oil. This one is from an independent seller on Etsy. You know me and my perfume oils. I'm all about them. Magical perfume oils, especially. This is the Jupiter oil from a seller on Etsy named Andromeda's Curse. Yeah, she has some really good ones. She has a full planetary set, and I do have the Jupiter oil. So I'm going to put a little bit of that on this fabulous vanilla candle here, and I'm just, you know, just to give us a little extra Jupiter energy. If it'll drop from the bottle, that would be nice. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, let's just tap it. Tap it on there. Tap it on the four corners here. That does smell nice. Jupiter has to smell nice. We're just gonna light that baby up. I got my four-leaf clover colored candle holder, the green. Green and purple are the Jupiter colors, Sagittarian colors, very strongly. There may be others, but I always think green and purple. Green and purple with Jupiter. So let's move. I'm going to move this little guy, and we're going to put him here instead. Put him over here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay, Corey. We'll see you. We'll see you later. So yeah, hopefully that will help, but you are definitely a lot of strong. I mean, you're a lot like me. You're a lot like me. Actually, David, you've got a lot of Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces in there. There's a very similar vibe. That's probably why you're here. You know, there's no coincidence why certain people end up here. You know, it's just the way it is. Certain people end up here, and that's why. You know, you know, we speak each other's language. You know, that's why I get a lot of Capricorns watching my channel, because I've got so much Capricorn. They listen to it and they're like, this chick makes sense. It's like, well, yeah, of course it does, because we're the same. We're getting that same vibration, right? So it's like, you know, I never take it personal if someone likes a different reader more, because they might have a you know, speak to their energy better than I can, right? So that's always the way I feel. It's like we're gonna find the right ones, you know, for us. So let's look at this. I'm going to take a peek at my ephemeris. I love having an ephemeris, guys. Ephemeris are, you know, one of the greatest things to have in your little astrology arsenal here. So May 2021, we're going to take a look. And here we are with Jupiter moving in to the sign of Pisces today. And it's going to go through the sign of Pisces. Then Jupiter will turn retrograde on June the 20th next month. So that's when Jupiter will go retrograde. That means that it starts to go back. So it goes into Pisces, and then it goes back. It goes, you know, it's degrees. So it will go back into, it will backtrack through the sign of Pisces, and then go back into the sign of Aquarius on July 29th, right? And it will stay in Aquarius until, here we go, then it goes direct on October 17th, stays in Aquarius, and it will continue on there until December 30th, the day before New Year's Eve. That's when Jupiter will move back into Pisces. So it's a little do-si-do dance. It moves into Pisces, goes retrograde, goes back into Aquarius at the end of July. Then it stays in Aquarius until the very last day to last of December, goes into Pisces completely. So there we go. That's our little do-si-do dance. Bow to your planet, do-si-do. All right, so I've got a couple. Now, here's an interesting thing, and I think that this is also worth noting. I think we talked about this a little bit the other night, is that Jupiter moving into Pisces is it's an extra nice thing, because for the last 2 years, Jupiter has only been in traditionally Saturn ruled signs, Capricorn and Aquarius, right? And so I would say that Jupiter's action is a little more limited in those signs, simply because those have a limiting factor. Jupiter traditionally was the ruler of Pisces before the discovery of Neptune. So Pisces has an old historical link with the sign of Pisces. So once it goes into that sign, it's similar to being in the sign of Sagittarius. It has a natural fix there. It has a natural fix there. Yeah. Oh, Ms. Mindful, good to see you, sweetheart. Let's see if you have time after the live. Let's chat a little bit. Let's do it. If you have time after I do a couple reads here. Yeah. These are going to be short. These aren't going to be super long. So we're just going to buzz through the signs. Yeah. Ms. Mindful, she's our Aquarius. She's an Aquarius. She's got some Capricorn energy too. She does. She's got some good Capricorn energies. I like that. Your kids' friends call you Mama D. That sounds good. Yeah, let's chat later. So I've got Jupiter and I've got Neptune. Because Neptune took over for the rulership of Pisces once it was discovered. So there's definitely an energy between those two guys. Yeah, there are. Very nice. Very nice. These two, Jupiter and Neptune together. Whew. It's nice. I like that. Yeah. Yep. No, that's very interesting, David. That Pisces moon, and I'll tell you, for any, just in general, anyone, the moon sign is a big dang deal. The moon sign is a big deal, and this is a big reason that why a lot of other astrological modalities almost put more emphasis on the moon than on the sun, because the moon is so much, it's the subconscious drives. It's like the sun sign is what we're more aware of on a conscious everyday level, but the moon sign is what we want deep inside. It's what we need to feel like comfy, cozy, happy. We got to do the needs of the moon sign. We have to. And so that's why, like, if your moon is in Pisces, it's really important for you to find constructive ways to work through heavy emotions, especially if you're feeling down or negative. It's extremely important to find healthy ways to work through those emotional ups and downs. Very important, because it can get really self-destructive if you don't. It's Pisces moon needs creativity. It needs compassion, given and received. It really does. And it's very emotionally sensitive. It's so sensitive to its environment and to the people around it. You have to really be in a good environment. You do. Because the moon is also that planet of home. For me, my moon is in Capricorn. It's the same in line with my sun. So it's, when your sun and your moon are the same, um, it's a little easier in some ways, because the head and the heart tend to agree, right? All right. Yeah, David, I think with your Saturn return and all that, you're going through a big change. You're going through a big shift, and we go through them in life, where we purge out our social circle. And the people that are meant to be in our life will be in our life, and the ones that aren't will move on. And the big challenge for us is to just be able to release it and let it go as it flows. It's hard. Trust me, I know. I've gained and lost many friends over my life. I don't take it quite as personally now as I used to. But it's tough. I get it. I do. Um, but I think when you are learning, growing, evolving, um, it's just something that kind of naturally happens. Burn some rope and listen to the goat. Yeah. Here we go. I'm just saging out the space for everyone. Hey there, Mac. Good to see you. Glad you could join us tonight. All right. I'm going to do some affirmators tonight. This is always some good times with these little cards. These are great. These are just something to give us a boost. We all need a boost. We need a boost. We need to hear what's the good word. What's the good word? That's my dad would always say that. What's a good word? Of course, him being a Georgia Tech fan. And if you say that at the Georgia Tech campus, because Georgia Tech's big football rival is Georgia, right? A lot of people think that just because you're from Georgia that you root for UGA. That could not be more opposite. Georgia Tech and the Georgia Bulldogs are very diametrically opposed. And so if you go to the Georgia Tech campus and say, what's a good word? People are going to yell back at you, to hell with Georgia! That's the good word around the Georgia Tech campus. And I can hear my dad saying that. Because as we've mentioned, my dad was a massive Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets fan. Oh my goodness. Best memories. Best memories, guys. Oh, that dad of mine, that snake dad. Hey, Laura, good to see you, hon. We got a lot of folks in here tonight. 21 in the chat. Hello, everyone. Hello. I hope you're doing great. Let's get into it. We're going to do some positivity readings tonight. This is just to really give us a little bit of a boost. Your niece got accepted to Georgia Tech, Yui. Woo! That's a hard school to get into, I will say. You can't be a dummy to go there. That's amazing. Good for her. My dad's probably up there in the heavens giving her a big thumbs up. That's really cool. Yeah, that's a hard school to get into. You can't, you have to be pretty. Yeah. Yeah. Now you need a yellow jacket. You need a yellow jacket. You need one of my dad's old hats. He had so many Georgia Tech hats. I should bring one of his hats on. He had so many of them. I always remember him wearing those. Aw, that's very cool. That's very cool, I gotta say. So Aries, let's start out with you. So these are gonna be, like I said, these are positivity readings. We're gonna read a little bit of tarot and just get a blessing on what's coming in with Jupiter in Pisces for you. Because we're looking at it tonight. We're looking at it tonight. And so this is just going to give you a little something to put in your wheelhouse. A little something to put in your wheelhouse. Any tarot cards, no matter what they are, we're going to read them with the most positive interpretation. But this is just going to be a little blessing for your Jupiter in Pisces season here. This is going to last until July. So we'll see what this is going to bring in for each of us. So Aries, we're going to start out with you guys. Aries, in your universal chart, this is going to be putting Jupiter in your 12th house. So, of course, this is going to be really increasing your spirituality, your sensitivity, your perception, your psychic insights, your creativity, imagination. Are you serious, Ms. Mindful? That's great. Oh, yeah. They know when we're talking about them. All right, Aries. So let's get into this. This is going to be for your Jupiter reading. I'm going to start out with our Blessed Be cards. And we're going to look at that for you. We're going to see what your blessing is with this Jupiter in Pisces. What is it bringing through for you? What is it giving you that's good, that's uplifting? What's it going to help you through? Let's get a blessing for Aries, please. Oh, I like this. Oh, a blessing on a home. So, Aries, if you've been feeling like you don't like where you're living, or you want to change something about it, or you're trying to create more peace or more harmony in the home, this is where it's at for you. That's what this Jupiter and Pisces energy is going to be blessing you on. As well, if you have any major points in your chart that are in Aries, I would say this could, radiate over to you as well. But this could be a new home, moving from the home, changing something about the home, but really bringing in a lot of good energy around that home environment for you and feeling more grounded. Feeling more grounded. This feels very earthy and very green. It has that nice Taurus feeling. We're in the Taurus season right now. So that is your blessing for this Jupiter in Pisces time. Let's get into just a little bit of tarot. We're going to pull 3 cards for you. Wow. Aries, you are working. Okay, so 4 of Pentacles is coming up first. This to me is about, definitely security, investment, hanging on to what you've got, wanting to invest it wisely. The big challenge here is being, wise with your resources and your finances while not being too stingy or rigid in what you're holding on to. You're also working, that's for sure. Look at this with this 8 of Pentacles. Like, you are really dedicating yourself, and it is important that you do if you haven't been. One day at a time. This is going to grow, this is going to build. So I feel like whatever you invest here, Aries, during this season, it has a really good chance of turning out in your favor, because look at what we have at the last card is the World card. That is Saturn energy. That's things coming full circle. That's really like a big blessing, a big bonus. It's like a lot of lessons being learned, a lot of energies being come through full circle. The World card is the last card in the major arcana of the tarot, so that really shows that, something has come complete for you. It's Saturn energy, so it's lessons learned, it's getting through hardships, getting through a lot of struggles and trials. And I even feel that, because the 4 of Pentacles, there's a little bit of a struggle there. There is. It's sort of like, what should I invest in, what should I not? How tight should I hold the purse strings, right? It's like you may feel like you don't quite have enough. There's a little bit of that scarcity concern that comes around the 4 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles is more like, well, let's just get to work. Let's focus on doing good work, getting through this one day at a time, even if it's not that flashy or exciting. And then the World is like that completion. It's happiness. It's all of that good stuff coming through. So Aries, I like this trajectory. And look on the bottom. Ah, 6 of Swords. So something around the home that you're working on, you may be really trying very much, putting in a concerted effort to leave behind some sort of drama, some sort of difficulty within the home. And you're going to be doing that. You're going to make a really conscious choice to get in that boat and head on over to the calm, peaceful waters. And I do feel that you've been through a lot. That's what I feel, is that Aries, you've been through quite a bit, and you're really working your way out of it. This is some very earthy energy. If any of y'all have Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo in your charts, you're going to feel this even stronger. Or you may be working with an earth sign to get to these successes that you've been looking for. But this is a beautiful reading for your positivity reading for this Jupiter in Pisces time. Let's get an affirmation on this. I'm using my little Affirmators cards here. These are so much fun. Courage, yes. We've got the Courage card coming through here. No one is fearless, no one. But even though I'm not fearless, I am courageous. When fear shows up, I don't run away from it. I use my courage to conquer it. My courage allows me to walk right up to that fear and kick it in the nuts. Then quickly hide behind someone bigger until it goes away. So Aries, this is definitely about courage. This is definitely about fearlessness. Even if you have those scarcity concerns, don't let them run you. Pay attention to your work each day. Stay steady, focused, determined. If you're, in school, or you're taking a class, or you're doing something to kind of advance your education, stick with it. Because what I see is like promotions, graduations, getting out of, you know, tricky or difficult situations coming through at the end of this. You're definitely moving away from some chaos and some drama, and it may very well be within the home. And that may be what's stressing you out a little bit, if anything if anything has been. So it's really great read. Great read, Aries. All right, let's get into our Taurus time. Happy birthday to all my Taurus folks out there who have either celebrated a birthday recently or will be celebrating one soon. So let's see what we've got for you. We're in I guess the last week of Taurus here. Here we are. They're in the last week of Taurus. So let's see what we've got. This is your positivity reading, Taurus. That's going to be all about this Jupiter transit into Pisces for the next few months. We're just going to be reading these cards from the most positive interpretation, and we're going to be looking at first a blessing for you. Dear angels, divine beings of light, let's see our Taurus folks for their positivity reading. Nice, nice. Okay, so Taurus, a blessing to find your way. So if you've been feeling kind of vulnerable, which this card really denotes, right? That's why we have, you know, the naked body, but very close to the earth. There is this vulnerability. There is this sort of like, oh my gosh, I don't know which way to go. I might have a decision to make that I need to make. And so this is really bringing you not only close to the earth, right? It's really bringing you heart, body, and soul close to the earth. And it's helping to remind you that you're not as vulnerable or, you know, weak or any of those things, right, that you may be feeling. So this is a blessing to find the way. This is a blessing to find your path. So if you've been kind of, you know, undecided about something, not sure of something, feeling a little bit, you know, like, oh my gosh, which way to go, this is really going to come through and help you over the next couple months. You're going to get where you need to go. And you're not going to feel quite so confused or quite so lost. That's a big feeling I get with that card too. So let's see what we've got. Let's get some tarot on this for Taurus, please. 3 cards on this, dear angels. Wow. Okay, Taurus, look at this. We're starting out with look at the path. There it is. Ace of Pentacles. So to me, this is really getting you back on the right track, the right footing. This is spirit really intervening and giving you something tangible that you can hold on to. This is a super positive card in the tarot, absolutely. And next we have the Chariot. So to me, this is really using your deep subconscious intuition to move you forward. The Chariot is Cancerian energy, and the Ace of Pentacles, of course, is very earthy energy, so it aligns super nice with you. The Chariot is all about victory. It's about success. It's about movement forward and definitely finding your way. So there really is this energy, finding the path, getting on the path, moving forward. Again, you know, this may be leading you to a better home situation, a more happy, you know, outcome at work. Yeah, I mean, to me, there's some career energy that's absolutely in there. And then we also have our release card. This is the same as the death card in the traditional tarot. So this is a big transformation that you're moving towards. And I think it's going to be one of feeling kind of lost and confused to one of feeling more solid and more positive about where you're going, right? It's like instead of feeling like I don't know where to go, you're going to be like, now I do. I really do. And the balance is coming in on the bottom. Check it out with the Justice card. This is Libra energy. So wrongs being righted, order being restored, peace returning, because that is that Libra diplomat, right? Really brings a lot of balance back into your life, this Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter in Pisces is very positive for you, Taurus. It hits that universal 11th house for you. So you may feel that you're really tapping into a better group consciousness, a better mass consciousness. You may be feeling more and more that you're getting aligned with your soul group, people who have more of your interest at heart, you know, and really connecting with them on a big level. You may be doing it in the realm of electronics as well, online especially, because, you know, that 11th house rules electronics. It does. So let's get into an affirmation for you. This is very nice. It's a very nice reading. This is so cute. story of my life. I look at the snake holding the bouquet of flowers. As I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn that Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue. Yes, Taurus. And Taurus, you are a good writer. A lot of Taurus folks are very good writers. I know a lot of Taurus folks that are authors and writers. And so it is definitely telling the best version of your story here. This is nice. And I feel like it's really giving you a clearer, clearer inner monologue about your story, about where you're going, about where you're heading. But I do think that a lot of this is transforming of a place of confusion or vulnerability to a place of confidence and self-assuredness of where your path is leading you. Very nice. All right, Gemini, what we got for you? Hey there, Geminis. I hope you are doing amazing out there. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. This is your positivity reading for Jupiter in Pisces. That's going to be with us till the end of July. And it's giving us a little bit of a taste of what's to come here for next year. But I think this is going to be a nice shift. So this is going to actually highlight, Gemini, your universal 10th house, right? So that's really bringing a big positive blessing and abundance into your career house. You may be shifting a career. You may be getting offered a job that you like better. You may be starting your own business or doing something that you feel is more in line with your true self. But let's get into your cards. Let's see what we've got. First, as a blessing for you, this is a positivity reading, so we are going to read these from the most positive interpretation of each card. So let's see what we have as a blessing for Gemini, please, dear Spirit. Ooh, Gemini, interesting. A blessing on growing older. So Gemini, you may have been struggling, for some of you, with growing up, with getting older, with maturing, with feeling like you're going to the next stage of life. So this is actually going to bless you on that, whether it means chronologically aging well, or whether it means just really integrating some of the life lessons that you've learned as you have grown older in your maturity and your wisdom. So I feel like this is really blessing, you know, your strength. It's blessing your maturity. It's blessing you to have a greater understanding of where you're going next based on the experiences you've already had. It's just giving you a feeling of growing up in a good way, right? It's really growing you. And I would say that sometimes that's a little tougher, Gemini, because Gemini does rule that era, that period of the teenager, right? A young adult teenager, astrologically. And so sometimes it can be a challenge for them as they're getting older. They're like, oh, you know, they sometimes feel like the best years were my younger years, but this is saying not necessarily. It's like you're going to glean a lot of different blessings and abundance with that experience, with that maturity that comes with age. So that's a very positive card. Of course, me being a Capricorn, we're kind of like ruled by Father Time, so we don't necessarily see aging as a negative at all. We're like, yeah, it's good because you're gaining in wisdom, you're gaining in maturity and understanding and patience and calm, all those good things. So let's see what we have for you, Gemini. Let's see what we've got in the tarot. I'm just going to pull 3 on this for you. Interesting. This came out really, some similarities to Taurus. Very strong similarities here. We're starting out with the Justice card. This is balance. This is Libra energy. This is wrongs being righted, order being restored, being impartial and objective, staying from a good place where you can see both sides of a situation. And you will win if your position is one of integrity. So stay in that balanced place here. Be very diplomatic. Second card is the Ace of Pentacles. So you're definitely on that path to greater manifestations, greater things coming full circle. And I always say the aces are like the hand of spirit coming in to bless us with something. And when it's blessing us with pentacles, that is very strongly giving us something on a manifest, tangible level. Whether it's a better job, greater money, you know, a feeling of just stability under us. It's a really good feeling. This is nice earthy energy. And the third card is the Chariot. Yeah. So there's our Cancer energy. Very strong Libra, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then very strong Cancer energy on this reading here, Gemini. So to me, this is something that you get balanced and it takes you on a very nice journey of abundance, manifestation, tangible things that you can really see coming into your life. And as a result, it moves you forward in a lot of ways because the Chariot is a victory. It's a victory of balance as well. Look at this, because Justice is the balance card, but we have a lot of balance in the Chariot as well. That's why we always have the dark horse, the light horse. It's the yin and the yang, the masculine, the feminine, the two sides of our personality coming together in union and leading us forward in a positive direction. It's really, really healing us from the inside out. So I do feel like this is a definite time of movement. I think your experiences are going to guide you. That's what I think. I think that you're going to be maturing, growing up in a lot of ways, Gemini, no matter what your chronological age is, and it's going to take you in a good place. On the bottom, we have the Three of Pentacles. So this is successful associations. Again, this kind of ties a little bit into work and career that is lighting up your universal career house. So it is a good feeling, right? You might be, you know, meeting people that you feel like, finally, I've met somebody that is in alignment with what I'm trying to accomplish here. You know, you really have this feeling of like coming together as a team to work on a group effort that's going to benefit not just you, but a lot more people, right? So let's get into an affirmator card for you. Let's get a positive affirmation for this Jupiter in Pisces time. Personal growth. I love it. Yes, that's what I feel with this. With the blessing on getting older, with this maturation, it's personal growth. As I move toward greater consciousness, I feel old thoughts and habits fall away. Like training wheels on a bike, they helped me get to where I am, but now that I can ride, I don't need those slow, crummy wheels, except when I'm making bike analogies. Yes. That's what it is. That's what it is, my darling Geminis. That's beautiful. Love to see it. I do. I feel like you guys are growing up. My little Geminis are growing up. They are. All right, Cancer. Let's see what we got for you. Let's see what's coming up for you. This is a very positive time indeed. Pisces, Jupiter is very good for you because it's a fellow water sign, so you get an extra blessing, an extra boost and benefit out of this. It lights up the universal ninth house for you, and the ninth house plus the combination of Jupiter, very lucky, very fortunate indeed. So I think this is going to open you up to new experiences, potential travel, learning new things, maybe going back to school, taking a class, all that kind of stuff that comes under that rulership. So this is a positivity boost reading for you, Cancer. We're just going to be reading a couple cards for you and giving you the most positive spin on them. And we're going to start out with a Blessed Be card. Let's see what Jupiter is blessing Cancer on with this Pisces transit. Oh, this is a good one for Cancer. A blessing from your ancestors. That is awesome because Cancer, you're such a sign of home, family roots and history. And so to me, a blessing from the ancestors is so positive. This is a great time the next couple months to get in touch with your ancestors and to feel them even closer. If you have recently passed on loved ones, or even not so recently, even if it's just someone that, you know, that has passed on that you feel so connected to and you miss so much, like this is the time to really reach out to them in that spirit realm and say, hello, I love you, I miss you, I need you in my life, help me with something or something, you know, that I'm going through or working on, and they're going to be there for you. You know, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your insights, pay attention to those signs from spirit. You might see something or receive something that reminds you so much of, you know, somebody from your past. So let's get into your tarot real quick here, Cancer. Let's pull 3 cards on this for you. Wow. This is nuts. Okay, I'm going to shuffle these again, but these same 3 cards keep coming up. Justice, the Chariot, the Ace of Pentacles. We're going to clear these. Come on. For Cancer. Now, if that's their cards, that's their cards, and I'll pull them, but we'll see. Could be. Could be that these are just what's wanting to come out. Okay. Oh, these are good. These are good. And this may be something that you need your help from your ancestors on here, Cancer. But look at this first. We've got the 6 of Wands. So to me, that is great victory. It's great success. It's positivity being restored. It's really that moment of triumph that you may have been really needing for a while, right? It may be like, gosh, you know, things have been so hard. Things have been a struggle. Haven't been feeling, you know, super happy about anything or super energized, but something comes through. Something changes in your perspective with this Jupiter and Pisces energy that really kind of puts you feeling back on top. And, you know, sometimes the 6 of Wands can be that momentary success. It's like, you know, it just gives us that boost, but take that in. Take that in. And what's coming up next? The Lovers card. So to me, there could be some strong success in a love union, relationship energy getting better, finally talking to somebody that makes you feel really great, or reconnecting with somebody from your past that really, you know, was on your heart, on your mind. We do have the 5 of Swords as well. Since this is a positivity reading, I'm going to read the most positive version of this card, because this card is usually pretty challenging. But what I feel like is that this means you're having a success in walking away from someone or something that wasn't good for you, right? Because that can be that really shady, shifty character. And I feel like, you know, you have had a success in a relationship, and maybe this is something that somebody had been trying to drive a wedge between you and someone, and they don't make it. They don't succeed in doing that. They're not able to drive a wedge between you and the person that you really love. And so you're turning and walking away from that energy and that action. It's very nice. And on the bottom, yes, High Priestess. This is some moon energy here. So to me, this is you sitting in your power, listening to your intuition, listening to your perceptions, and really paying attention to the feeling that you're getting deep inside. Don't forget, your ancestors are blessing you through this. So if you're having any kind of struggle, if any kind of 5 of Swords type person comes into your life, talk to your ancestors here. Let them know what you're going through. They're going to be there for you in a big, big way through this Jupiter Pisces transit to the end of July. So let's get an affirmative. Let's get an affirmation on this for you, Cancer. Look at that. We have the Lovers card in the center, and we have Follow Your Heart. Follow your heart. I'm always rewarded when I follow my heart. I trust that the GPS in my heart knows all the best routes, and when it seems like it's taking too long to get where I want, I know that's because there's some cool, weird stuff to see along the way. Yes. And so, Cancer, if you have felt that, that's something I felt. Like I said, you know, it's like you've been going through something, something's been taking a while. Don't get upset about that, because it's just, this is the best route. This is the best way. Your heart knows the way, spirit knows the way, your ancestors know the way. So don't worry if it seems like it's taken a little too long, or there were some detours you didn't expect. It was meant to be. It was truly meant to be. It's all going to work out in the end. That's great. Really good. Really good stuff. All right, Leo. Leo, Leo. This is a good one for my Leos. Look at it. There we go. This is a positivity reading for you, Leo. This is going to be for Jupiter's transit of Pisces. That puts that planet in your universal 8th house. Yes, it does. So let's see what we've got going on for you. Let's see what's happening with my Leos. That's going to really light up the realm of the psyche, the realm of the depths of your soul. I would say that this next couple months could be super, super healing for my lions out there. Let's see what we've got for you on your blessing. What is Jupiter going to be blessing Leo on? Dear Spirit, please show us what we have in store for the positives for Leo coming through. Oh, I feel this. Leo, a blessing for a fresh start. Yes. And so to me, this is bringing through fresh new experiences, letting go of some old energies, healing some very, very deep things within your soul, within your psychological body. So yeah, look at that with the broom in her hand. You know, she's ready to sweep the old stuff out. That could even be a nice ritual for you to do. It doesn't even, you don't even have to have a fancy broom to do it. Just take your broom and, you know, ritualistically intend that as you sweep things out of your house or your home and out that door, you're also sweeping out old energies and old negative experiences, because you are making way for a fresh new start ahead. I love this. Let's get into your tarot. Let's pull 3, please, for Leo. Wow, Leo, definitely fresh starts here. Look at this 2 of Wands. That's Aries energy. So this is new beginnings for sure. This is taking the next steps, bold, ambitious choices. You could be partnering up with somebody or with a group, you know, that shares your world vision here, right? Because this is new doors opening. Two of Wands is always making those choices. So expanding your plans, expanding your dreams, continuing to move forward, which is all Jupiter energy. It's always about expansion and moving forward. Second card is the 7 of Wands. So I also see you as being very feisty and fiery and fierce about standing up for what you believe is right for you. I don't think you're going to be willing to compromise your vision a whole lot to, you know, in getting where you're wanting to go, especially if you've done that before, especially if it's been a situation like, you know, you've been with people before where you had to compromise yourself or what your true dreams were. And now look at you, you're just like, no, no, I know what's right for me. Choose your battles wisely with this card, Leo. But also just say that if you know what's right for you and you know that you have the higher ground in the situation, stand strong, stand strong. We've got the Page of Pentacles here as well. Also brand new, beautiful energy. I do feel like this is a lot of new starts for you. Page of Pentacles is my little adventure of the tarot. So to me, you are embarking on some new adventurous energy. You may be moving. You may be thinking about studying something new, taking a new job, going somewhere new, but you're definitely making a sort of investment. Page of Pentacles is always about making a new investment of time, of energy, you know, towards something that's going to turn out really well in the future. So this is nice. Could be some very happy news indeed. On the bottom, we have the 6 of Pentacles. So this is about greater balance being restored, reciprocal energy where you're not having to do all the work, where you're not having to put in all of the energy and all of the time, and people are also meeting you halfway. That's a really good read. Very nice, bright, fresh new starts there for Leo as this next couple months unfolds with Jupiter in Pisces. Let's see what we've got in your affirmations for our lions, please, Spirit. Oh, yes, connection. I think this is true. I think this is true. Connection is really where it's at. I'm connected to the multitudes and I can access their support at any time. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. Note to self, work on witty banter about weather-related stuff. Yeah, and I feel that because of this Two of Wands is really saying that you're connecting with more people, and even more importantly, the right people, right? It's like the right people you're connecting with here, Leo. And that's what's making you feel kind of feisty. Like, you know what? I put up with people in the past who didn't share my vision, and I'm not going to do that anymore. I want a fresh start. It's a good feeling. All right. Rock and roll, Leo. All right, guys. Hope everyone's doing good out there. We're getting into Virgo. Oh, Virgo. You know what I'm going to say about this? Jupiter in Pisces. Woo! This is going to create a lot of change and a lot of expansion and positive growth in your relationship house, because Virgo, your opposite equal sign is Pisces, and so with Jupiter going into Pisces, it puts it in that universal relationship house. Also, if you are a Virgo rising, you'll put it in your personal relationship house. So this is definitely about, moving some things in that area of love, partnerships, agreements, contracts. Very, very nice. Let's get into it. Let's see what we've got coming up. So this is a positivity reading, Virgo. We're going to be giving you a little bit of motivation, a little bit of affirmation here for your journey, and reading these cards in the most positive light possible. So let's start out with a blessing, please, Spirit, for Virgo. Let's see what Jupiter and Pisces will be blessing them on this year. Oh, wow. Virgo. Not only does this artwork remind me of a Virgo, right? It really does. But it's a blessing to ease loneliness and bring companionship. Look at that. Wow. So any of my Virgos that have been single, or any of y'all that have been working through, a disconnected relationship, something that's been struggling for a while, or if you just haven't found your soul tribe or your friend group that really makes you feel supported, I think this is going to be starting to bless you quite a bit. Virgo, just keep in mind as well that this is just a taste, right? This is just a little preview. Jupiter being in Pisces for the next couple months. Next year, it will be in Pisces most of the year. So it's going to bring you quite a lot of these opportunities over time to find that, peace, that connection, that harmony, that relationship balance that you've been looking for. So companionship, greater friendships, which may be a result of having turned loose of some friendships and partnerships that just weren't working for you, right? There could have been that purging that happened before that, to clear your energetic space so that better people could come in. So let's see what we've got. Yes, and I just looked at Gwen in the chat. Yes, the seventh house is also a house of contracts because it's Libra energy, right? It's agreements. It's agreements. And Libra energy is legal energy. It can sometimes be legal contracts, legal agreements, or, the dissolving of those. The making of or the dissolving of. Yeah, it can be that. So let's get into some tarot here for you, Virgo. Let's see what we've got. We're going to pull 3 on this for you. Wow. This is so nice. So the moon card comes up first. There's the Pisces energy. I know it's super strong for you guys. The Pisces stuff is a big, big deal for Virgo because it is that balanced sign for you. I would say that Virgo and Pisces are the most 2 sensitive signs of the zodiac. They really are. And so this is really saying, listen to your intuition, pay attention to the signs from the divine. Let go of your worries, because when we're in the realm of Pisces, we have to trust things more. We have to feel things more. And Virgo, you're a sign that definitely tends to want to think and analyze. And this is kind of reminding you, sometimes that works for you and sometimes it doesn't. If thinking it, analyzing it, planning it, all that stuff hasn't worked, it's time to tune in to the spirit, into the soul, because sometimes that moon card, it can be a little confusing, right? Because the moonlight's a little different than the sunlight. It's really calling you to see things from that more sensitive spiritual perspective at times. Right in the center here, Virgo, it doesn't get more positive than the Empress. This is Taurus and Libra energy. So again, balance, a lot of balance in love, a lot of inner harmony coming through, creating the results of your dreams, manifesting things in a great big way. The Empress is also that Earth Mother energy. She's a nurturer, she's a provider. She knows how to create abundance. She knows how to create great abundance. And we have, guess what? Knight of Cups coming in, riding in with that cup of love, with that emotional offer. And so to me, this could be not only a love relationship, but because we had that, you know, easing loneliness and bringing companionship, this can just be better people coming through for you. Definitely some strong water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You may have those signs very strongly, you know, represented in your life. But this is definitely that love offer. So it's emotional offers coming and going. You may be making some offers. You may be making new friends, bringing in, finding new love. But I do feel that this next couple of months is really going to start turning a corner to help you feel less alone, less lonely, and having more companionship and more options in companionship as well. On the bottom, we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is such a solid energy for Virgo. This card is, to me, a power card for Virgo. This is really enjoying the fruits of your labors. Whether you're single, coupled, or in a separated situation, it doesn't matter. This is just you feeling good about being you, feeling good about the things that you've overcome, enjoying your garden, literally or metaphorically, and just being in a better, more positive, productive, and abundant time of life. So this is a nice read for y'all. This is a very, very nice energy, Virgo. Let's get into an affirmator card for you. Let's get an affirmation. I know. I love my live chat. I love the comments in my live chat. That's what has me laughing here. Yes, 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 yes. Get centered. Get centered, Virgo. When it gets to be too much, whatever it is, I close my eyes and return to my center. I have the wisdom and tranquility of a, insert favorite animal here, holding a, insert magical item here, floating through space on a, insert piece of furniture there. This is a really funny card. You can enter your own analogy. I'll make one up. In my center, I have the wisdom and tranquility of a dragon holding a magic wand and floating through space on a fluffy mattress. That's what I'll make up with that card. It's a fill in the blank card. You can make up your own. Yeah, the Fabio card cracks me up too. He looks like the classic, like, you know, whatchamacallit, the romance novel guy, right? With the flowing hair and the shirt half off on the horse. Like, yes, yes. Good old Knight of Cupper. Very cheesy, yes. Yeah, he ain't my style either. It's more about the metaphor of it, right? It's about the metaphor of it. Yeah. Yeah, I need someone a lot more subtle than that. I'd be like, yeah, what are you doing out here with that horse? Go home. Don't you have something to do? I don't want to be with a guy who spends more time on his hair than I do. And that's saying something, because I hardly spend any time on my hair. If they need more time in the bathroom than I do to get ready, that's not good. That's like, no. No, no, no. You know. Call me traditional, but shouldn't it be the guy that's like knocking on the door saying, "Honey, are you ready yet?" That's just me. All right. Libra! Yes! Hey there, Yugi. Good to see my Libra. So excited. So excited to see my Libra out there. Love you guys. I hope you all are doing well. I think that this Pisces Jupiter transit is going to be very healing for you. This is going to light up your sixth house universally. That's the Virgo house. And so to me, this brings about a great potential of healing and expanding your well-being, both mind, body, spirit, and soul. Absolutely. This is a beautiful time for that. It can also help you get more organized, Libra. If you're looking to organize or you're looking to kind of put things, you know, simplified or get them clear, it's going to be a good time for that too. So let's get into your reading here for this Jupiter in Pisces. We're going to start out with a blessing for you, dear Spirit. Let's see what we have for Libra for Jupiter in Pisces 2021. Let's see what they are bringing through. And this is a positivity reading, Libra. We're going to read all of these cards in their most positive light. Nice. And Libra, y'all have been bringing this through again and again in your readings and the lives lately. This is so amazing. A blessing on your boundaries. And Libra, I know boundaries can be quite a challenge for y'all because you are such a sign that wants to help, that wants to give, that's like the best friend, the one that everyone calls on when they're in trouble, right? And so putting down those personal boundaries can be really tough. But there she is. She reminds me of a Queen of Swords, doesn't she? And the Queen of Swords in the tarot is Libra energy. So she really is someone that keeps clear boundaries. And I would say that Libra, this is a time where you will powerfully be aligning that. And I think it really all comes back, again, like I said, to your well-being, to what makes you the healthiest. In your mind, in your heart, in your body. It's like if someone just keeps asking for something or someone keeps treading over a boundary, it's like, no, I'm going to put my foot down. I'm going to take the sword out and draw the line in the sand, and you don't cross this, because this is really you saying, I know what helps me to feel at my best. And if I keep letting something, violate a boundary that I've placed, then that's not going to help me keep feeling my best. So very strong energy, very Queen of Swords energy for Libra here. Let's see what we've got in the tarot for you. We're going to pull 3 on this read. See what kind of cards come through for this period of time. Wow, very interesting. There's a little similarity here to Virgo's energy. Knight of Cups coming out. First card, Libra. So there he is, riding back in. There he is. There's those love offers, right? And I think that this could be people that really, you could have more options coming in, Libra. You could have more options in relationship. But this is also telling you that you've got the opportunity to put those boundaries down with certain people. You know that there are people like that will say, oh, I'm so interested in you. We have no interest in them. And sometimes we just try to be nice or laugh it off, but it's really bothering us. I don't think you're going to put up with that if that happens to you at this point. I think you're just like, no, I'm only going to accept offers from people I really am interested in, and the people that I'm not are going to be unequivocally cut out. I'm not going to waste time. I'm not going to waste time with it. Right in the center, we have got the Moon card coming in. So there is definitely our strong Pisces alignment. That is the sign that Jupiter is going to be in. So I feel like this is very positive and very strong for you. And I do feel like it's going to help you to start clearing out the clutter. Like you're going to start to be able to organize the more rational, logical sides of yourself and make them work together well with your more psychic or emotional perceptions. That's very, very nice. So the last card we've got definitely a power card for you, Libra, is the Six of Pentacles. There's a lot of Taurus and Libra energy on this card. And yet again, I feel that this is very much about that equal give and take, reciprocity. And I just feel that because you've got this blessing on your boundaries, this is a time where you're going to just really flourish when it comes to putting your beautiful little Libra foot down and saying, you know, firmly but kindly, no thank you, I'm good, and you know who's there for you. It's got to be equal give and take. It's got to be reciprocal. And if you've been in situations, friendships, relationships, where you're doing all the giving and none of the receiving, that's got to stop, and you know it. Like, you know it. And because, again, this is a positivity reading, this is a very positive turn of events for you. Look at that. Most positive card of the tarot on the bottom is the Sun. So I do feel that, like, you're really going to start feeling strengthened. This is a new beginning of new energy. It's coming back full circle. It's childlike energy, so it's sort of like let the old stuff go. Let the old kind of paradigm go. Of anybody, you know, using you, not giving back to you, not appreciating you, all that changing up in a big, big positive way. And the Sun is very affirming. It's very affirming to your own personal life force. That's why it's such a good card. You know, it really reminds you. It's like you're a good soul, Libra, and you need to remember that. Don't accept less from other people. So let's get into an affirmation for you on this. Look at that. Yeah. Put that raincoat on. Don't take it personally. Again, this is, to me, it's like, this is boundaries. This is boundaries, Libra. If someone starts to speak unkindly to me, I'll remember that they've got something going on that has nothing to do with me. Like, maybe they just pooped their pants. Yeah, that's probably it. These cards are great. Yeah, this is boundaries. This is boundaries. That's the thing for Libras, because Libras have a need to be liked. They do. They do have a need to be liked. And so it's hard for them to take it personally when people are mean to them. It's very hard. That's something I don't necessarily understand as a Capricorn, because I really just was born with this sort of like, if you don't like me, oh well. But Libra doesn't have that. It's like, if somebody doesn't like me, they're like, what did I do? What did I do? Like, they take it really hard. And for them to learn to just, you know, let it roll off. Oh, these cards are hilarious. The stuff that they say on them, I'm reading them word for word. They're a trip. The Affirmators deck. They're hilarious. I had to have it. Look at it. It's a bunny riding on a unicorn. I had to have these cards. Yes, that's true, Transformation Queen. Hey, Harry's, and good to see you, babe. Always awesome to have you here. Love it. That's a great read for Libra. I thought this is just so spot on for you guys. That's so spot on for Libra. It's really what y'all have been working on too. Like, sometimes these little short reads are just like, boom. Like, it's just, oh, right hit to the head. All right. Let's see what we've got for our Scorpio. Scorpio, this is a benefit for you. This is nice. This is giving you a nice break in the astrological patterns, because we've had, you know, the first half of this year with Jupiter in Aquarius, which is creating a square to your sign, and that can bring a lot of restless energy. I know a lot of my Scorpios are just feeling like they're working hard, like on treadmills to something. And so I would say that Jupiter going into Pisces is going to feel nice, because it's your trine, not a square. It's going to flow so much better for you. It'll give you a little respite. It'll give you a little respite from that square energy. And I think it's also going to be very healing. Pisces and Jupiter is a very healing sign. Very, very nice combination. And this is going to put that in that universal fifth house for you. So it's really going to benefit your heart, your self-confidence, your esteem, self-worth. All of those themes come up for you. And this is going to be a little positivity reading just for you, Scorpio. This is all about what's happening with that transit for you. Jupiter and Pisces, it will be there for a couple of months in the middle of the summer here. And we're going to see what blessings that is bringing through for you. What's going to be benefiting you. And all of the cards we read today for you are going to be read with the most positive interpretations. So let's see, please, Spirit, what do we have for our beautiful Scorpios for Jupiter in Pisces of 2021? Nice, nice. I feel like there's a lot of growth here, a blessing on your wisdom. So Scorpio, I feel like, you know, you've learned a lot of stuff. And I would say especially over the last 5-6 months, you've really grown a lot. You've really matured. You've really brought in a lot of wisdom. And so this is blessing you further on that. Anything that you've learned, anything that you've experienced, I believe you start to integrate those experiences into the makeup of yourself, which makes you stronger, makes you more calm, makes you more steady. Love the energy there of the owl and the raven, both the very strong, you know, magical creatures. I love the balance of the black and the white because I often say Scorpio is a very black and white sign. They really embody those two most intense sides of our personality and ourself, which is why they are the most powerful sign of the zodiac. They really are. So let's get some tarot on this. Let's see what's coming through. A little bit deeper message on this Jupiter in Pisces transit for Scorpio. Nice. Very nice. Oh, yeah. Emperor card coming out. So this to me is stepping into your power, your leadership. This is Aries energy, Mars energy. There is a nice association historically with Mars, Aries, and Scorpio. So to me, this is really giving you that higher vibration of your own persona, your own energy. It's really bringing you back to the truth of yourself, helping you to embrace those leadership situations where you really step into your power and you say, now I know what I want. Now I know where I want to go. This is very much about loving yourself and putting yourself at the front of the line. It's very, very nice. Right in the center, we have the Six of Cups. And so this to me is about reconciliations. It can be nostalgia. It can be memories of good times shared with either family, friends, or loved ones. Sometimes it is the classic card of, you know, the old flame returning or an old relationship being healed. Take that as it resonates to your situation. But since again, like I said, this is very positive, I would say this is good memories and something coming full circle. If you want to heal a relationship here, Scorpio, you can absolutely do it. You have the leadership and you have the can-do attitude that can get you there. And look at this. Look at this beautiful balance we have. Here's our Aries and here's our Libra. And those are the two polarities here. So there's a little bit of war and peace going on here, Scorpio. So sometimes you might be very assertive, very aggressive, very gung-ho, like get out of my way. I'm, you know, coming through. And then other times you may take that more diplomatic path of saying, well, let's make sure everybody gets what they want. Emperor says, but especially me. I really got to get what I want. But to me, this is a nice balance between, you know, the energies of Mars and the energies of Venus, right? So you have the leadership, you have the strength, you have the ability to punch through things, but you also do have the ability to see both sides of the story, to be the diplomat, to be the one that balances a situation. You know, stand up for what you believe. Stand up for what you truly believe here, Scorpio. Don't do anything that feels off to you or sets you in a wrong balance. On the bottom, Eight of Swords, I do feel like you're setting yourself free for some things, you know. Scorpio, this is really that card of being in a self-imposed prison of the mind. Because this is a positivity reading, I will say you're going to be breaking through that. You're going to absolutely be setting yourself free from some old worries, some old anxieties, old fears, old self-doubts. Because to me, the Emperor comes through and really clears those away. right? It's all the, you know, Eight of Swords is I can't do it. I don't know if I can do it. Am I good enough? Da, 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 da. All that self-doubt, right? But the Emperor says, of course I can do it. Of course I have the power. Of course I have the ability. Let me at it. Let's get an affirmation on this for you. You know, that wisdom is the balance. That's the wisdom coming through here, Scorpio, is the balance in yourself here. Beautiful. Vitality. Yeah, look at our little warrior Viking cells here. I am healthy and vital and strong. My radiant love of life fills me with healthy, vital, strong cells. Each cell is a warrior. Everyone has its own sword and shield. I dare you to try to penetrate my cellular army. Didn't think so, chump. Yeah, you're very strong. This is that warrior energy. Scorpio, you have definite warrior energy in your heart. But I love the fact that you have both the Justice and the Emperor, this very nice balance, because I do feel there's something that you're healing here. It's like, here's the two sides of the story, right? And here in the center is the balance, is the truth. You know, I think this is going to be a really powerful time for you to balance relationships with a lot of newfound wisdom and maturity that I think you may not have had in the past. You may not have had that in the past, and it's something kind of new and awesome that's coming into your life. It's very good. All right, guys. Next up in the hot seat, we have got Sagittarius. We've got Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Jupiter is your ruling planet. It is. That's what makes Sagittarians so expansive and awesome and funny and you know, they're a little too much, but in a good way. Because Jupiter's a little too much, right? You know, but it's like sometimes a little too much is awesome, and that's Sagittarius. It's that boundless, optimistic, joyful burst of energy that they have. So let's see what's going on with you. Jupiter is moving into Pisces just for a couple of months here in the middle of this year. We just started today. And so this is going to be a positivity reading about what that is blessing you on, Saggy. That's going to be highlighting your universal fourth house. So there could be a lot of movement going on within your home environment or dynamics between home and family. So let's get into your cards. Let's start out, please, Spirit, with a Blessed Bee card. Let's see what this Jupiter and Pisces energy is blessing our Sagittarians on. Nice, very nice. A blessing on your health. And of course, I love the dragon in this card. So Sagittarius, if you've been feeling a little run down, if your vitality has been a bit low, if you've been getting through some physical imbalances or illnesses or injuries, this is really saying this is going to be a very healing time for you. I think, you know, in general, Jupiter and Pisces is a very healing combination because it really speaks to the inner world, the things that need to be addressed deep within ourselves. So to me, this is all about your inner and outer healing. You may be convalescing at home. You may be getting more time at home to just take a break and rest and recuperate and recover. Very, very nice. I like that. So let's get into your tarot. Let's get 3 cards on this, please, for Sagittarius, for Jupiter and Pisces. A lot of decision making here. A lot of decision making here. So, Saggy, there's some decisions you're going to make that I think are really going to empower you. The Two of Swords is Libra energy. It can be indecision. It can be sitting kind of like overthinking or analyzing a situation and needing to move forward on it. Since this is a positivity reading, like I said, we're going to read the positive, you know, aspects of the card. This is really about making those decisions that set you free, that really get you going, that get you out of procrastination, getting you out of, you know, just a holding pattern or any kind of ruts. In the center, we have the Page of Wands. So this is bright, brand new, fresh experiences and vitality coming through. So if you are healing from something, Sagittarius, or you've been getting through something, your health is being blessed, and I think that you're going to start to feel a whole lot better over this next couple months. This Page of Wands is all about, you know, having new energy, new joy. It's a very childlike energy. For some of you, it could be a decision to have a kid or not. For some of you, it could be a decision to adopt, you know, an animal or a puppy or something into your life, because this is like that new child energy. It doesn't always mean a new child, but that association is in there. It's a joyful card. And it's decisions. Look at this, 7 of Cups. There's a lot on your plate. So I feel like you have some good options here. That's what I would say about, you know, for this reading, is that there's a lot of good options here, Sagittarius. It's time to make some choices. Big decision-making cards. 2 of Swords and 7 of Cups are big decision makers. So the way to get the most positive out of this is to not get stuck in a rut or a holding pattern of like, I gotta overthink and overthinking. Just make a choice. Just make a choice. Look at your choices. Pick the one that feels the best for you deep inside. What makes you happiest? What makes you feel like this is really going to excite me? This is going to give me a new start. This is going to bring my energy up. Pick that. Pick that. On the bottom, we do have the 2 of Pentacles. So yeah, like I said, this is balancing action. This is making some choices. But you know, 2 of Pentacles and also that Page of Wands are cards that bring joy back into your journey. This is all about bringing joy back into your journey. I think your health is going to improve, whether it's mental, physical, emotional. And there's some big choices you've got to make. If you've been sitting on them for a while, you know, making those decisions is going to open up big, bold new doors for you. It's going to make you a heck of a lot happier. Let's get into an affirmation for you guys. And look at that, we have vitality, and Scorpio had this too. See, to me, these 2 cards match up beautifully. The vitality and the health, right? Because this is our healthy cells fighting the good fight in there. I'm healthy, vital, and strong. My radiant love of life fills me with healthy, vital, strong cells. Each cell is a warrior. Everyone has its own sword and shield. I dare you to try and penetrate my cellular army. Didn't think so, chump. Yeah, to me, these cards really all intertwine, because it's talking about health and vitality being there. This is health, this is vitality, right? This is that upbeat feeling. I would also say that, you know, Sagittarius, the more positively you align your mind, the more that you meditate on staying in a higher vibration, the healthier not only your mind and emotions get, but also your physical body. This is a really cool reading. It is. All right. Whew. Fun times tonight, guys. Fun times. I knew this would be good. This would be fun. Let's get into Capricorn. Let's see what Capricorn's got going on. So Capricorn, this is a nice alignment for you guys. Pisces creates what's called a sextile to Capricorn. So I would say this is very, very nice energy for you. This is going to highlight your universal 3rd house, the Gemini house. So I feel like you'll really be able to communicate well when it comes to your dreams, your vision, your imagination. If you're a creative person, a songwriter, musician, artist, etc., I think you're going to really flourish with this Jupiter and Pisces transit. That's going to be there for a couple of months until the end of July. This is giving us a little bit of a taste of what Jupiter and Pisces has in store for us. So this is a positivity reading for you. Oh, that's exciting, Krista. Your Jupiter is in Pisces, so you're going to be getting your Jupiter return either now or very soon. You're coming up on that. That's very exciting. So Capricorn, like I said, this is a positivity reading. It is going to be, you know, read from the most positive interpretations of these cards. So let's see what Jupiter in Pisces is bringing through for Capricorn for this summer of 2021, please. Nice. Okay. Yes. And I think that this is a really good one for Capricorn, a blessing of protection, because Capricorn, we are a sign that likes to know we're safe. We do. We're a security conscious sign. We like to know that we're stable, that we're rooted. She's sitting up against that nice, big, strong roots of this old tree. So Capricorn, don't fear. You are protected. Spirit's on your side. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, your guardian angels are probably on double duty right now. And if you feel like you need to reach out for that, reach out for that, because you are protected. You are supported throughout this transit, and that's very nice to see. That makes me feel good as a Capricorn. I love to see that. All right, so let's get into your tarot, Capricorn. Again, we're going to read these in their most positive translation. So let's get 3 for our goaties out there. Nice. Nice, Capricorn. Oh, yeah. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. So definitely making your plans for forward advancement and movement and growth. Capricorn, you are so much this card. This is such a Capricorn card because this is about, you know, getting the plans out. The Knight of Pentacles is the most successful knight of the knights in the tarot because he makes his plans, he's prepared, he knows what to expect more or less coming up along the journey. And yeah, like I always say, he's the knight that brings snacks. He brings the trail mix, right? He's got plenty of water and everything he needs, and he makes his decisions, and then he sets out on his journey, and he has the best chance of getting there, even though he's slow. Like, he's slow but steady, but he wins the race, right? You know, look at this. It also even says on the bottom of this card, a guardian angel or someone who watches over you. And we had that blessing of protection here, Capricorn. So I feel like, you know, that's amazing. That's an amazing connection that this has. It's like really saying that your journey is blessed, it's protected. Don't be nervous about taking the next steps or going forward with your plans because you are protected. It's not going to go wrong for you. I feel like you are working hard. Capricorn, that's not anything new for you, but I do feel like with this 9 of Wands, this is something where you're really, you know, you're fighting for what makes you happy. You're fighting for what makes you feel good. You're very resolute. You're very resolute. The 9 of Wands is protecting what you've created, getting prepared, never giving up. Again, asking your angels for help. Activism, environmental activity, and animal rights, all those sort of like humanitarian causes fall under this too, Capricorn. So you may be doing some kind of activism or activist work. But to me, this is like, yeah, ask your ancestors and your angels for protection and guidance, because boy, they're there for you. That's coming through in almost pretty much every card that's coming through in this reading. 9 of Wands to me is like that, you know, you're almost to the 10 of Wands, which is the culmination and the end of a challenging cycle. You may feel like you've got a lot on your plate. I know I do, and I am a goat. There's a lot to take care of, and there's a lot going on. So I would also give you that note, Capricorn, that you do need to take your naps. You do need to take your breaks when you can, because you will have a flurry of activity going on. There's just no getting around it. The 3 of Wands here really does speak to that as well. The 3 of Wands is really saying, take a rest, sit back for a minute, let things come to you. You've put in a lot of good work, a lot of good effort, and once you do that, allow yourself some rest in between that time, Capricorn, because the 3 of Wands is all about things coming to you. It's planning for the long term, abundance from past choices. Be patient. Be patient. This is a patient. It's not immovable. I think it feels quite good. It feels good to me because it's like slow and steady wins the race. But just because it's slow, Capricorn, don't feel like it's not going anywhere. It is going somewhere. You just need to be in the flow, in the patience of it. It's totally okay. Let things come to you. Let things come to you. That's important. On the bottom, we have the 9 of Swords. This is a challenging card. You got the 9 of Swords and the 9 of Wands. So I do feel, Capricorn, since this is a positivity reading, I'm going to tell you the positive of this is that you don't want to let this get to you. make sure that you're getting your rest. Make sure you're getting your downtime. I feel like you're working very hard. You're thinking about a lot of things. You're thinking about a lot of stuff, and it's been really maybe kind of semi keeping you up at night. Don't let anxiety take over. That's a big thing. Make time to rest. Make time to wind down, right? I know for myself, like it's hard for me to get a really nice deep sleep if I don't do like my nighttime, like my sleep rituals, right? My sleep rituals. I gotta take my nice bath, drink some chamomile tea, listen to some good meditation music or some sound therapy. And when I do that, when I take the time to do that, I'm going to sleep so much better. So Capricorn, make sure you're taking that time, because this can be a very successful period of growth and activity. It really, really can. You've got a lot of thoughts for long-term success and planning going on here. You are very protected by your angels and your guardians and your guides. That's coming through in all the cards here. And don't over worry. Don't overthink. That's the challenge I will give you, and to myself as well, right? Don't overthink, because you know, Capricorns we tend to think we should know everything. We tend to think we should know everything, and we don't. We're just as human as anyone else. So allow yourself to be human, allow yourself to be real. Do the best work you can, and I know that that is very good. That's good enough, Capricorn. Do your very best, and then after that, get some rest. Sit back, plant those seeds, and let Spirit take the wheel. Let Spirit take the wheel on this, because they really do have your back here. That's a big message they're bringing you with this. Very, very nice. So let's get into, you know, the Pisces energy. Jupiter in Pisces is like, you got to believe, you got to have faith. It really is. You got to have a little faith. So that's important. You know, it's like, it's not just about all of our effort, in our mind. We have to have a little faith in the process too. What's meant to be will come through, Capricorn. What's meant to be will come through. Oh my gosh. As I'm talking about trust and faith, look at this. The affirmation card that came out was trust. Of course. I trust that everything will be okay in the end, partly because I simply know it in my gut, but also because it's way more fun to live with trust and confidence than to be a defensive wiener. That's great. It's adorable. Yes, it's true. Live with confidence and trust. Don't be defensive. This is the defensiveness, Capricorn. Embrace the positive side of this card. The positive side of this card is standing up for what you believe in, being resolute, being strong and passionate about it, but not being so defensive that you can't hear anybody else but yourself. That's beautiful. Wow. I gotta have faith, faith, faith. I gotta have faith. Yes, Capricorn, have some trust, have some faith, because Jupiter in Pisces is big, big trust and faith energy. Trust in the divine process and timing. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, people will challenge your faith and trust every day, I know. Yeah, definitely, Krista. You don't get me in trouble. But isn't he a Capricorn too? Yeah, he has to listen to the Capricorn reading. Oh, I know, Gwen. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, you would hope that they would do better when they know better. Not always, but sometimes, you know. Or something I was reading today made me laugh so much. Someone had said, we've got all these people talking about, you know, oh, now that we've got the vaccine, we're going to go do this, and what are you going to go do, and where are you going to, and people were, and this person was like, oh, honey, no, you don't understand. I'm still not going out around you folks. I'm still still staying away from you. I'm still self-isolating. I don't need that drama. It's like, that's awesome. All right, Aquarius, let's see what we've got for you. So, since last December, Jupiter has been traveling along in your sign of Aquarius. And so it's definitely been bringing a lot of good things to your life. It's been opening up a lot of doors. It's been breaking through a lot of old barriers. So that's been a very good thing for you guys. At the same time, Saturn has also been in Aquarius. So that kind of brings the two sides of it. Jupiter, is very expansive. Saturn can be very restrictive. So you've been playing those two sides of both. So now that Jupiter is moving into the sign of Pisces, that's going to start aspecting your second house. So I would say that this is going to open things up in the realm of, resources, could bring greater opportunities for money to come in, could bring things back that you've invested in the past. So that's a very nice place for that to be. But this is just going to be a little positivity reading all about Jupiter's preview in the sign of Pisces. It's just going to be there for a few months until the end of July. Then it's going to go back into the sign of Aquarius for the rest of the year. But this is going to give us a little taste of what's coming through for that. So for the next couple months, this is going to be some positive messages about what this will be blessing you on. So let's see, Spirit, what we have for Aquarius for the Jupiter in Pisces 2001 middle of the year transit. There you go. Aquarius. This is the same card that Taurus had, a blessing to find your way. So if you've been feeling a little confused, a little vulnerable, a little naked under the stars, feeling a little bit like, I'm exhausted, I don't know which way to go anymore. You're feeling kind of like, just really, vulnerable is the word for this card. But this is really helping you to clear through the confusion, help you to clear through, anything that's been feeling like a challenge or roadblock, and you find the way. You find a way, Aquarius. This is a positive card. This is actually one of my favorites, that blessing to find the way. I love the trilliums. It reminds me of my time in Oregon. There's lots of those trillium flowers there. But this is to me about the end of some confusion, the end of a feeling weak or scared or vulnerable, lost in the woods, right? That kind of lost feeling, and finally getting back to the path. And maybe sometimes getting lost is a good thing, just letting everything go and not worrying about it too much. But you may have been really saying, I know where I want to go, but I just couldn't find the path quite yet. So Aquarius, you are going to find your path, just like Taurus, just like Taurus. Let's see what we've got for you in the tarot. Let's get 3 cards on this for our Aquarians out there. Wow, nice. This is nice. Yeah. The Magician. So fresh new beginnings, bringing all of your talents, your abilities, your resources, intellect to the table to create something fresh and new. Very strong Virgo, Gemini energy, very mercurial. So it's really that kind of like putting your mind to it, Aquarius. If you believe in it, if you stick with it, if you can dream it up in your mind, if you can visualize it very strongly, you can manifest. You can definitely manifest. So here we go. Second card out, 2 of Pentacles. There's the balance. There's that, bringing that balance back into your life, getting back on track. To me, the 2 of Pentacles is a one day at a time energy, taking one step at a time, not worrying too much into the future, just taking each step that you're guided to take and bringing a little more joy back into your life, having a little more fun along the way, right? To me, this is a patience energy. It is. It's like, again, one day at a time. work on what you need to work on each day, and it's going to culminate. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. So you're definitely planting some good seeds here over the next few months here, Aquarius, and they are going to blossom. They are going to take root. They are going to grow. You are going to get the reward and the benefit from anything that you work on right now. And I think that it's going to really heal your heart. Look what we've got. There's that Three of Swords on the bottom. So to me, in a positivity reading, this is a very positive card, even though it can be painful in other readings. This is going to be the healing of the heartache, the recovery from the old wounds, moving on past any wounds or disappointments or old things that had set you back in the past. This is great. You're going to get back to your true path here, Aquarius. This is going to feel good. And you may have felt for a while, it's like, oh, I'm not really on my path, or I'm not really on the track, or I'm not even sure where the track is. But this is going to shift. This is going to change. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel like you're back in the groove. You're back in the fast lane. or the slow but steady one's the race lane, at very least, right? So let's get into an affirmation for you on this. Inspiration. Yeah, inspiration is important here with this. Getting inspired. Because like I said, you know, the magician, if you can think it up in your head, if you can visualize it in your mind, you can manifest it. There is a voice of inspiration within me. Right now, it's only a whisper, but the more I listen, the louder it will get. Soon, it will be a flawless speech voiced by James Earl Jones through a megaphone with lots of applause. That would be good. You know, anytime you could get James Earl Jones to like narrate your story or your, yeah. That's always good. So yeah, listen to your inspirations, Aquarius. The things that you put your mind to will get stronger. You are such a strong sign of the mind and of the intellect. And so to me, like what you put your mind to, wow, yeah, you can absolutely create it. It's a great little read. All right, so we're wrapping it up with our Pisces. Pisces, fishy. This is you. This is also, you know, Sagittarius and Pisces, this is a definite big transit for you too, because this is Jupiter, the planet of expansion and good luck, going into your sign for just a couple of months. We're going to get a little taste of Jupiter in the sign of Pisces. That's going to be with us from today until the end of July. So next year, Jupiter will mostly be in the sign of Pisces, but we're getting a little Pisces preview here. So we're going to see what this transit is blessing you on, Pisces, what it may be bringing through for you. And this is a positivity reading, so all of the cards will be read with their most positive interpretation. Nice. Oh, Pisces. And you know, we did a live stream, I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, we just did one on Tuesday for, what was that? For the new moon in Taurus. And you had a lot of that energy of friendship coming through in your reading. And look at what we have here, a blessing on a friendship. So I think this is very nice. This is a really, again, a nice confirmation for me, because this had come through for you before, with friendships blossoming, with associations becoming more fulfilling and deeper and meaningful. So I would say that blessing on a friendship is definitely in the cards for you. It's in the stars for you. Notice over the next few months the kind of friendships, the kind of connections that come into your life, or the ones that were already there deepening. You know, sometimes, of course, the best romantic situations can end, you know, start with a more of a friendship and blossom into a romance, right? So Pisces, pay attention to that as well. Very, very nice for you. So let's get into some tarot. We're going to pull 3 for you, Pisces. See what's coming out. Wow, I feel like, you guys, you're leaving behind something that has not been fulfilling to you, emotionally or spiritually. I feel like, Pisces, you're really moving on, and this is a very good thing. Like, you're letting go of things that were not affirmative or good for you, and you're favoring things that are good for you. You're walking towards the new moon crescent, and we are in the new moon energies right now. So you are definitely going in the direction that's going to be most satisfying. And we have this Nine of Swords. So there's those worries, those anxieties, the fears, the things that have kept you up late at night, the things that, make you feel like you're in this long, dark night of the soul. To me, you're leaving that behind. You're leaving a lot of that behind. And instead, you're stepping into a very bold, proactive, assertive kind of energy that says, bring it on. I can handle it. That's that warrior energy, that warrior spirit of standing up for yourself, protecting what you believe in, protecting what you've created. And if you've really worked hard to let go of some of these old tough energies, you're like, no way are you taking my happiness. No way are you taking my newfound confidence. I'm going to stand up for that in a big, big way. And I think that you're doing that work one day at a time. We have the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So one day at a time, Pisces, you're really rebuilding your confidence. And you may have had friendships or partnerships in the past that really tore you down and really made you feel not good enough and really messed with your self-esteem. And so now what I feel is that you are moving through this. You're letting go of a lot of old associations, because that Eight of Cups, that's a classic leaving these folks behind, leaving some sort of situation behind that just wasn't positive for you, wasn't good for you. Might have been fun in some ways, right? Might have been fulfilling in some ways, because there usually is something that was keeping you there, but there was just some missing piece. There was something that just wasn't quite right. And so you really listen to your intuition, you let it go. And as a result, it might have been kind of tough for a while to let it go, because it's like, oh gosh, I'm just going to miss people or miss this or that. But it opens up bigger, better doors. And so once you start feeling better, you're like, heck yeah, I'm not going to let those folks drag me down. I'm not going to let that get to me. So look at that. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. You're going to work at this one day at a time. Don't give up. Don't give up would be my big, thing here. I think better friendships, better connections, better associations are coming through. But you may have recently let go of either a love partnership, a group of friends, a community, a circle of people that you knew. And you may be feeling kind of lonesome and you're wondering, where am I going to find more people? But look at that. The blessing of friendship is there for you. Incredible. So let's get an affirmation. Yeah, I'm feeling it too. The folks in the chat are saying, yeah, we're in this. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. We've got the no judgment card here, Pisces. No judgment. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it into my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? Yes. And we also had one of the extra affirmators came out with it. These are like the little bit longer ones. The key card of strength. So I'm going to read this one. You are hereby declared a strong, resilient warrior of heroic proportions. Hello, Nine of Wands. Enjoy your battles, whatever they are, because you're guaranteed to come through them stronger, brighter, and more compassionate. And based on what I know of mythology, probably with great hair and a six-pack. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah. I love these cards. Yeah. Yeah, you're going to come through it so much stronger. Fabio and a horse, exactly. That's what I thought it was. Was that Knight of Cups? Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Yes. Wow. See what it said, David? See, you and Transformation Queen in here with that Pisces moon. See, that Pisces reading got you, didn't it? Mm-hmm. And that, the moon sign is the interior. That's the subconscious stuff. And I know that that happened to you recently. I know that that happened to you where you let go of a whole big, like, friend community online. I know. See? That happened. But you're going to come through it much stronger. Much, much stronger, better. Isn't that something? It's incredible. That's just wild to me. How those line up so much. Even though they're general. Even though these are very general. I mean, we could be reading for thousands of people here, but it's those general energies. Oh, and look what was on the bottom. Blessing of healing relationships. So, you know, healing for that relationship and heart center. Big time there. Unbelievable. That's so cool. These were so much fun. I love doing these little short readings sometimes because it's like there's things that'll come through that are just punch, punch, punch. Yes. I feel like I already went through a lot of that over the last couple of years. I've gone through, you know, a lot of change in my social circle and a lot of people that have come and go. And, you know, it's like at the time, you know, I kind of took it hard or it felt bad, but now I've really realized that, you know, it's everybody in your life is going to take up space. And it can be really good space or negative space, right? And you want it to be positive space. Like, you know, and I'm not the kind of person that says, oh, you know, there's that, you know, line of thought that says if it doesn't feel good 100% of the time, then don't do it. But to me, it's like, I don't believe that there's not struggle in relationships and friendships. Of course there are, you know, of course there are. There's always challenges. No matter how good a relationship is, I think that's normal. And I'm not afraid of doing the hard work to make a relationship or a friendship good. But if all it is always pain and struggle and conflict, then it's a big, big red sign, red flags, you know? It's like you really have to pay attention to that and pay attention to how you feel, you know, when you've been around somebody. It's like, do you feel basically good or do you feel really drained? And if that just keeps going on and on and on, then it's like you gotta walk away. That's really kind of it. And I know as a Capricorn, it can be hard to know when to walk away from something. Especially us earth signs. Earth people, we just want to hit our heads against that wall and make it work. We're like, we can make it work through the power of our own whatever. And it's like, no, they got to work on it too. They got to work on it too. And that's the difference, Leslie. Yes, exactly. Can't do toxic. It's one thing if you have, you know, differences of opinion or you're trying to work something out or compromise. But you know that you basically have each other's back and it's all good at the end of the day. And then there's just that toxicity where it's like it's never okay, right? Water signs, it's because y'all just want to heal. Like water people want to heal. You know, they want everyone to feel better. Yeah. Yeah. That's good, David. Totally. And I think you're gonna be okay. I believe in you. I do. I'm glad you can come in here and talk to us because yeah, I think you're gonna get through a lot of this. I think that the planetary energies that we've been going through for the last 3 or 4 years have been they've been special. They've been special. They've been a little extra, you know. And so it's been tough for all of us. It's been very tough for all of us in different places and ways. So yeah, it's really a matter sometimes of just like hanging on by your dragon claws and just getting through it. But Capricorns have such resilience, and that's why, you know, if I see a Capricorn struggling, I'm like, oh, they're gonna be okay. They're gonna be okay. That you will. Yeah, because Capricorns, we have survivability, like crazy survivability. All right, y'all. Well, thanks so much for stopping in. thank you for listening to your Jupiter and Pisces reading. I think this is going to be a nice little period of planetary time for us. We've had a lot going on. I've been live streaming a lot this week. We're in the new moon. We've got Gemini, Mercury, and Venus going. So we've just had a lot of planetary movement. It's been a whole lot of shaking going on, and I'll try to keep you up with it. Try to keep up with most of it for you guys, because yes, it's something to pay attention to. Yeah, so tomorrow is going to be Fire Dragon Friday. That is my weekly love and romance messages for everyone. So I hope you will join us again tomorrow. We will be starting about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to like, subscribe, and share with anyone you think would enjoy them. Always appreciate that. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, you can contact me via email or text at the information in the description box. I would always love to get to know you better by doing the personal readings. It's always great. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow night. And oh, if you want to donate to the channel, you can either use the live, what do you call it? The super chat option on the YouTube videos while I am live, or you can make donations through the PayPal link that's also down in the description box. So thank you again, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll be seeing y'all again tomorrow night. Take care.